What's up, Internet? My name's Cale Schaefer, and this video is going to teach you how to use Roll20, or at least the basics of it, to play D&D online. So if you're like me, you are stuck inside during this whole quarantine thing, and in my normal life, I am a school teacher. One thing I do at that school is I run a Dungeons & Dragons club, so this video is primarily for those students who are interested in learning the bare minimum to try and start playing a little bit online. And if you are interested in playing D&D online, reach out to me through my school email and let me know, and we'll see if we can try and get some games organized. So this is what this website looks like in general once it's all said and done. So you can see here that I have different tokens on the mat. This is looks like it's an entire cave. You can kind of zoom in, and I'll teach you all about the different features here in a little bit, but I'm going to first just kind of show you how do you get to making your account. So when you first go to roll20.net, it's going to ask you if you want to create an account. Go through that, fill out the information that it needs. Make sure you give them a legit email, because a lot of the times emails are the ways you get invitation to games. And after you create your account, you can sign in. So I will do that here. And you'll notice that when you first pull up the website, pause for effect. Okay, so when you first make your account, there will be in this area some information letting you know if you want to create a game, if you want to join a game, or if you need to look for help. So for me, since I've already had this account before, that's over here, but you can click here to make a game. I'll give you guys more details on how to create a game and be a dungeon master in Roll20 in a later video if you're interested in that. The next one down is join a game, and so I'm going to click on that. The next one down is help center, but you can look into that if you think you need it. So when you go in here to try and find a game to join, you can go in by typing in the game you want to play. We're looking for D&D 5th edition. Find games that welcome new players, because we are new players. Find games that are free to play. Sometimes people charge, and I'm just going to click find games. So give that a second to load, and it will pull up a full list of people who are looking to play D&D 5th edition with people on Roll20. If you click on this person's invitation, it'll go here, give you a little bit more information about the game they want to play. Shows you right here he's looking to play with 5 players. Usually it'll say in here if they already have a dungeon master or if they need another one. And then you can see down here, look at all these people posting who are trying to play. Like, you can go in here, go to post new topic, and you can post information like, hey, I want to play. But you can maybe be a little bit more specific in going into that, and it's up to you what information you want to share. Sometimes the people will say specifically, like, please include this information, like maybe what kind of character you want to play, yada yada yada. Alright, so once you've gotten to that point, here's what it looks like when you first walk in. Now it's showing up. So if you already have a friend who's dungeon mastering a game and they want to invite you, they can do 2 things. They can send you a link, whether it's through Discord or whether they send you the link on Facebook Messenger or whatever, or they can send you an email and invite you that way. If you get the email will look like, I think I have that pulled up in another tab here. Of course I don't. Okay, I took a quick break and pulled up the email. This is what the email will look like. You can click on that link, and then it will take you to the game. And that's not authorized because it's an old link, but in your situation, I'm sure it'll work. So your friend has successfully invited you to your game, and you want to know what comes next. Let me show you that. So after you've accepted your invitation, you will be brought to a screen like this. This is kind of your Roll20 homepage. Shows all the different games you're involved in. It also shows you how many hours you've played. I made this new account, so that obviously says 0. You can go in here to just go to the game's main page, and this part will tell you the different people who are playing in the game. It'll put any kind of game discussion here if there's any conversation going on there. It has a little bit of an adventure descriptor here if the GM has put anything there. But you're going to want to go ahead and just click Launch Game. And once you're in here, we are now going to be at the screen that I showed you at the beginning of the video. And I'm going to pause this quick while this loads through an ad. Okay, got done waiting for that advertisement, which this is a good time to let you know Roll20 is free to use. You can buy memberships to get rid of the ads and gain some other additional features. If you have questions about that, comment below. I can answer any questions about that, how much it costs. I don't pay for it, so I wouldn't imagine you guys would have to, but if it's something you're interested in, I can answer any questions about that. So, this is what the game's main hub looks like. One of the first things I want to show you guys is how to get rid of these little images here, because they take up, as you can tell, a lot of the screen as you're trying to see what's happening on the battle mat. So you go right over here to the right hand menu bar. You're going to click on your settings menu right here, the little gear. You scroll down, go to the player avatar size, click on that, change it to names only, and that clears up your space a whole lot. So while we're over here, I'll show you guys all the different menus, what they do here. So this one is called Collection. This is a collection of different macros you can run in the game, and those are basically shortcuts. I've never used them, and I've played on Roll20 for about 3 years, but I would not mind learning more about them and maybe making a later video on that if you're curious. The next one over is the jukebox. This will show you what kind of music the GM is playing if they're playing anything. Next one over here is the compendium. Compendium, think of that as basically your encyclopedia. If I want to know something about Goblin, I can type in Goblin here. It'll bring up the proficiency, Goblin. This would be the language Goblin, saying that you can speak it. The other ones down here would be like actual monsters, and it could give you information about the Goblin, their stat block, everything you need to know about them there. This compendium is a little bit limited. It's only got the free-to-play stuff on Roll20. As a dungeon master, if you wanted to, say for example, buy a pre-made adventure like Curse of Strahd or another D&D adventure, you could buy that on Roll20, and that will add it to your compendium. The next thing over, this is your most important tab. This is your journal tab, and the next one over is your chat, also equally important. So I'm going to show you a little bit about the journal tab, and then I'll show you about the chat and different commands you can do there. So you can see here in my journal tab, I have a few different drop-down menus. Some of them are handouts from the Dungeon Master. Other one is characters. This is where my character exists, my character sheet. This one is any magic items that we've accrued throughout the campaign. The Dungeon Master can put them in that little slot. And the other one here is just different art handouts. So you'll see here, maybe we fought an animated armor and the Dungeon Master wanted us to see this is what he looked like. Maybe we got a magic item and we can click on it now and it says this is what the magic item does. So character sheets, let's go to that. Oh, and I'll show you the last thing up here, these other ones. So this just shows like this is the logo of a local faction, the Cerberus Assembly, and this is the town that they were in. So like you can show, and you know, the Dungeon Master can type in a little flavor text there if they want. You can click on it to get a better view, get some mood setting for the game. So your character sheet. The first one is just your bio, and you can edit that by clicking up here on the edit button. Next one over is the character sheet proper, and this is going to look very familiar to anyone who's seen a D&D character sheet before. If you are in a game and your Dungeon Master wants you to make an intelligence check, then what you do, and I'm going to move over here, you can see in the chat, you go over to the intelligence, you'll see where it glows red, click on it, and it will roll dice for you. Rolled a 9, not very good. And then when you go in here, and I'll show you guys how to make character sheets later, but you can go in and you can make the sword and make it attack. And then after that, you'll be able to click here to attack with your sword. I rolled a natural 1, stabbed myself in the foot. Wonderful. That's perfect to do on the tutorial. So that's the character sheet on the journal tab. I will make a video later explaining exactly how to create a character because that takes a little bit more time. The chat box, the last thing I'm going to show you on the right hand side here, if you type /roll and then you type the type of dice you want to roll, a d20, then it will roll that. Roll d20. You can also /roll 4d6. So you can do it like that. You can make equations, /roll 4d6 plus 2. And there you go. Simple enough. Feel free to play with it. Another last useful chat command I'll show you. Two usefuls. When you're playing in game, if you are, you obviously are talking with a headset or something like that. If you want to describe what your character looks like or something like that, or something they do, you can type /E to like do an emotion and just say smiles. He smiles. And the last one is whisper GM. You can whisper something to whisper secrets that the other players wouldn't want to know. So only the GM can see that message. Alright, getting close to the video limit here. I want to keep it under 10. On the left hand side here, you can see the different menu options. One thing you can do is to select and move your character. So I'm going to pull my character out here. He doesn't have a picture yet. But this little arrow will let you move him around here on the battlefield. If you go to the little hand thing, you can use that to grab the map and move it around. It's a little easier than using the scroll bar, just a little bit more specific. This one right here will let you draw. You can draw shapes. And if you want to get rid of it, then you have to go this whole extra thing and go over there, pick it, and then you can click the delete key, and then it will go away. You can do a freehand drawing. Let's say maybe you cast a spell and like this area is now considered difficult terrain, so you do that there. Again, if you want to get rid of it, you gotta go over here, select, and delete. You can play with the draw tool all you want. You can also add text. This one right here is the zoom bar, and that can also be done from this side of the screen as well with this slider. This one right here is the ruler tool, and you can use that if you want to measure how far you can move in a turn. You know, if you get 30 feet of movement speed, okay, I can move that far. Another fun quick menu, if you want to, like, okay, I need to go here, but then I want to turn a corner, press the Q button while you're still holding down the drag, and it will give you a little waypoint there, and you can run around corners that way. Pretty neat. The last thing here is a dice roller, which I never use this. I usually just type it into the chat box, or you can click your character sheet to do your roll. And the last thing here is a help menu. So I hope that you guys are finding this interesting or helpful. Maybe you want to try playing D&D online. Obviously, you need to find a dungeon master. So if you guys are interested in learning how to be a DM on this Roll20 site, shoot me some messages, drop them in the comments below, and I will think about making that extra video if there's the interest. I guess like and subscribe, that's a thing that I'm saying. Hope you guys are all staying safe throughout this whole corona thing. Really miss working with everybody at school. Students especially, you guys. I'm super bummed about the play not going on, but hey, my video's getting long here. I'm gonna let you guys go. Take care, and I'll see you soon.